Well, I thought I was going to feed the cats and get some sleep. Then I thought, well, I'll just check the internet one more time, and woohoo, there's news. Big news, good news, which is nicer than some of what's been flying around back and forth the last couple of days. This is recruiting news. Wasn't expecting it right at this time, but here it is anyway. So first I will say, this is Rockus. He's co-hosting. I am Forrest Poston. Maybe I'm the co-host. Meanwhile, this is WVU Football Going Deep. And please share, subscribe, click the thumbs up, make comments, click the notification bell, and then go back and share again. All right, recruiting news. Wow. Back during the big recruiting month, initially word was thinking we had Brandon Caesar locked in. And then we didn't. And then it looked like we wouldn't. And then it looked like we might. And now we do. Caesar is a defensive lineman coming out of Cleveland Heights, Ohio. He's only ranked, if you're looking at the numbers, as a pretty good, high 3-star. Then you look at his offer list, which runs to 2 pages on 3. So we'll start off with Kentucky, Wisconsin, Maryland, Pitt, Michigan State. Now let's step it up a little. Michigan, Ohio State, Notre Dame, Alabama, Penn State, Tennessee, Miami, and USC. And that's just most of the Power 4 schools that offered. You might say Brandon Caesar was a wanted man. Well, for the time being at least, West Virginia has him. And that is going to make the 2025 defensive line class classy, maybe classic. They're going to be good if we can keep them, and barring injuries. But man, there are good things happening at WVU right now, and they just keep getting better, unlike some places. Now, looked a bit at his highlight tape. Okay, like pretty much every high school defensive lineman, he comes up out of his stance a little too quickly. They'll fix that. They'll work on that. But he comes across quickly. Guys near him have a tendency to hit the turf with his help. He gets to the quarterback. He's got a bull rush, a spin move. He's got a nice little side step. Seems to have generally good feet. Comes in at like 6'3.5", according to On3, around 260 pounds last time they had the information. Of course, that will almost certainly be higher by the time he gets to West Virginia, and certainly shortly after he gets to West Virginia and Mike Joseph takes over. So that's the recruiting news. I'm just going to give a real quick wrap-up of some things. Now, I still need to do a video about the recent press conferences. There's some interesting material in there. Watch for that video. There was a scrimmage tonight. Don't know when we will get a press conference discussing the scrimmage. Media did not have access, so we have to wait for the press conferences. But we should get a lot of updates after that scrimmage. They were expecting to shake out a lot of the questions about, any questions they had about starters and such in this scrimmage. Also, It looks like I am going to have a chance to do the post-game show on the West Virginia football Voice of College football show, starting with the Penn State game. I'd like to thank Joey Foster for that opportunity, and I will try to have an extra cup of coffee at least before the show so we're ready to really rock and roll and celebrate the upcoming victory in all its wonder. Now, we also had some news back and forth. I didn't report on it initially because I wanted to let it just kind of shake out, and it has, I think. There was an email that went out about alumni football players getting tickets for games, and then there was a response from players, some of them kind of throwing a fit about not getting tickets the way they used to, not getting access. Darius Renaud complained about 2018, which was way before any of this and before Coach Brown showed up. He mentioned Pat White, but we know Pat White is doing fine with Neil Brown and the team, so maybe Renaud can take a cue from that. And not surprisingly, it turns out that it was a misunderstanding, maybe a badly worded message. If we saw the entire message, it was badly worded. My question is whether or not there was more to it. But the way it's just simply what was in the message as posted on the internet. Getting tickets was based on the amount or your chance of getting tickets was based on your amount donated. In reality, members of the varsity club can still get tickets on request. What was posted was just if they happen to have more requests than they can get tickets, this is how they will handle it. However, they rarely, if ever, have more requests than tickets. So, as things stand, everything is the same as it was before. So, it was, a misunderstanding, possibly bad communication, and an overreaction that probably should not have gone public before somebody bothered to follow up on it. Anyway, all right. I do still have to feed the cats, except Rockus. And he's already been fed, not that he isn't getting fed. And then go back and try to get some sleep so I can do the videos I need to do tomorrow. But there is good news on the recruiting front. That's a heck of a class we've got coming for 2025. Don't really think we'll add anybody else. There's nobody else out there really lurking that I can think of, although I think they did send out some more offers. So we'll see. Meanwhile, well, I guess most of you, if you're seeing this, you're seeing it on Sunday, since most people in West Virginia, if you're not working the second shift, probably asleep. So this isn't worth waking up for, but I hope some of you enjoy waking up to it. Now, so long.